Hi everyone, in this video I'm gonna show you how to paint and also stitch this sunset desert kit. So this is the overall view of what we're gonna create. Those dash line is actually the one that we're gonna stitch later. In this kit you'll get this canvas. The side with numbers on a white background is the one that we're gonna paint, and this is the back side with stitching guide for later process. You'll also get this ring hook. I'm unhooking it here, and then put your canvas in the center, put the other part of the hook back, and then press it as tightly as possible. It may be a little bit difficult because the nature of canvas is much thicker than regular fabric, but try your best to get it as tight as possible and then hook it back. Now I'm gonna start the painting process. I'm dipping my brush in a jar of water to awake the brush. It's actually pretty self-explanatory on what to do here. You just need to paint the color according to the number. So on this case, number 1 is this beautiful orange shade. Feel that your painting doesn't look as smooth as you want, you can layer it up 2 or 3 more times to get a fuller opacity. The more fuller the opacity is, the vibrant the color will be. So I'm doing it on these 2 shades that I feel like still need 2 or 3 more layers. In the kit you'll also get these 2 needles, a handful of thread. So we're gonna start stitching. The one I'm pointing here is the one that will need 3 threads. So in this thread there are 6 single threads that now I'm pulling 3 of them. I'm gonna show you how to make a knot at the end of your thread. Wrap it around your finger and then roll and pinch. Ta-da! So to get it started, I'm gonna start poking a hole from the outside like so. Because from the back there's no guide, the hole from the outside is the one that I need to poke back from the back side to the front part like so. And now I'm making another 2 holes. On the second hole, I'm gonna push my thread to the back but not all the way down, and then I'm gonna bring the needle up to the front again, halfway in the middle of those 2 threads, as you can see here. And I'm keeping the leftover thread, the looping thread, on my right. once again. Now push the needle back, but not all the way down. In this video, I'm gonna keep it on my right and then pushing it back to the front on the hole that's in the middle halfway point from where we got it started. Again, I'm gonna show you with another example. Push your needle back, not all the way down, and you need to be consistent. If you leave those leftover thread on the right, that means you continue to leave it on your right. I hope that's making sense. And then push up to the front again, right in the middle, in between those two threads. It actually doesn't matter if you prefer to be on your left or on your right. It's just you need to be consistent throughout the stitching process. So I'm speeding up the process, but I still want to show you how it's done. Hope you can really see. When you reach the end like this, what I like to do is I will make 2 loops of stitching. This is my first loop, and then back to the front part, and then making my second loop. And then how to tie your knot at the back is you insert it through any of the stitches, and then you push your needle through a loop and then tuck it. Again, insert your needle through any of the stitches, and then push your needle through a loop and then tuck it. Do it 2 or 3 more times to secure the knot. Now we'll move on to this part. Because the guide is on the back side of the canvas, it's best that you poke a hole as a guide from the back, so you know where to poke from the front part, like so. So this is me poking to make a guide for me to use later on the front part. Pushing the needle up to the front, and then using the guide that we poked earlier, it will be visible. It's because in the camera probably you can't really see, but it will be visible in real life. Continue doing so until you finish the lines all around the sun. Okay, now we need to move on to the last part, which is these lines that actually, we're gonna use 1 single thread for this. The process is pretty much the same with the stitching process before. It's just because the guide is on the back side, so you need to create some guide by poking the hole from the back, like so. Try to start your stitching around the edges, as close to the edges as you can. Similar process. Push your needle up to the front and then push it back to the back side, leaving some thread on your right, and then push it back to the top, halfway in the middle. It's exactly the same process as before. If this video doesn't really help you on how to stitch this painting, just feel free to message me on Instagram. I will try to assist you so that you can do this stitching. It's actually really simple, or you can also search the tutorial. It's called stem or outlining embroidery stitching tutorial. Continue doing so until you finish all of the lines. Take your time, you don't have to do all of this in one sitting. Actually, I took 2 days to complete this kit because the stitching process actually took quite a long time. And then at the end, you want to trim the remaining of your canvas. So ta-da! This is what we create. Thank you for watching.